everyone. Welcome to Flosstube 110. My name is Candace, and this is my channel about CrossStitch. Sometimes there's some other stuff. Today, no other stuff, I guess, because I didn't bring anything else down with me. I had not planned on recording today, so I only have CrossStitch today. But, next video, I will have some knitting and some quilting, hopefully. So, why don't we get right into the CrossStitch. So, it's Saturday, May 20th. And my kids have soccer games today. But one was at 9 and one is at 11. Kids are complaining. They don't want to sit there for an hour in between and watch your brother's game. And my husband finally got fed up and was like, I'm just going to take Evan to his game. I'll come back and get Owen, take him to his game. And the only reason that I'm not going is I did something to my neck in the shower this morning, and I don't know what. This is when you know you're getting old, is when you're just washing your hair, and all of a sudden, you can't turn your head. So it goes from like the base of my skull halfway down my back on one side of my spine. I don't know what I did. But I had him put some biofreeze on it, took some Advil. We'll see what happens. So I can move a little bit, like, not much though. So if you see me cringe in pain, it's fine. I'm just getting old. Okay, so my last video was Monday, May 1st. So it's been 20 days. I have a lot of stitching for those 20 days. I have 2 finishes. I have a start. My start is at work, but I can show you pictures of where I'm at. Let's see, what's happened in the last 2 weeks? Besides lots of stitching. And the fact that I put my notice in at my job. I, after 13 years, am not going to be working in the casino industry any longer. And I'm going to be working part-time with more flexibility. It's not work from home, but it is kind of work when I have time. We'll just leave it at that. So, it'll give me more flexibility with the kids. That was the biggest thing. When they have e-learning days, holidays, random days off, the 2 weeks between school and summer camp, it makes things a lot easier. My husband and I, for the last 11 years, have been juggling how to both work full-time with no family near us and no childcare. And we basically use all of our vacation time to cover when the kids aren't at school. So this is it. We decided, well, I decided, he supported. I guess we'll say that. So I'll be working part-time, which means it'll eventually turn into full-time, but it'll still be very flexible. So, I'll have more crafting time. I will also have more time to keep the house clean and not quite so cluttered. You see this purple yarn up here? Little side note. Cats are assholes. We all know this. I love my cats, but they're assholes. All of that yarn was set to either get sold or get donated. Right? They dug down. I have a basket down over there that was full of stuff that was either going to be donated or sold. If I can't sell it, I'm just donating it. Like, I'm just going to take it to Goodwill or wherever. We don't have any, like, cool thrift stores around here, so, and the one local yarn shop, those ladies are not nice. So, anyway, they dug through the basket, got into the bag that yarn was in, and spread it across the basement. Got up this morning, I got in the shower, I come down, can't really turn my head, and I heard the dehumidifier was off, which you can probably hear, and I probably should have shut off. I'm sorry. That might be annoying. Or you didn't notice until I just said something, and there you go. So anyway, yarn. So I go and I'm picking all the yarn up and putting it back up here. Just want to strangle the cats. Yeah. But I did get my craft space is finished. Is completely done. Obviously I still have a lot of things that need to go away, but everything's organized. I know where everything's at. I can sit and sew, which I did the other day. I will probably pause this and show you what I did sew because it's right behind me. But you don't need to see me turn around and try and like lumber over to pick them up. Yay me. Okay. So anyway, I have 2 finishes, a start, and a whole bunch of progress. So let's start with, ooh, these are going to slide right off of there. Hold on. No sliding for you. There. We fixed it. Okay, so the first finish, I know last time you saw me working super hard on the Reindeer Cottage Garden Samplings. And so this is on a 40 count from Be Stitch Me. It doesn't have a color name, but, and there's going to be some wrinkles. I'm sorry. It'll get ironed out once I figure out what frame I want to put it in. Because I did the fox and the deer and the reindeer. And they're on the same fabric. I want to put them in the same frame so because they're both winter ones, so they can hang near each other during the winter. So here is where the reindeer was before. And there it is finished. Well, let me do this because this 40 count is like very see-through. So there it is, all done. I love it. I love it. Oh, here comes one of the asshole cats now. So yeah, so now the fox and the reindeer are both done. And they can get framed together at some point this summer. And then they can get hung, you know, once, ooh, you know what? I need something magnetic. Because this one still had a needle in it. Ooh, right there, ding. All right, so that was the first finish. Where do you put these? And then my second finish. So this was originally an exclusive at Stitchaway 2023 from JVW Designs. This is Bluebirds of Happiness. And this was the original fabric color choice. I chose to do it on Atomic Ranch Fabrics Freeze. I believe it, yeah, I think that's what it was called. So I ended up taking this to work and stitching it in hand. Who knew that I could stitch 36 count linen in hand at work? Surprise. Here's where it was before. And I probably need something to go behind this. And here it is finished. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I just love it. And this is totally not something I normally would have chosen. But, you know, when it's... Oh, okay, I thought I was showing you the back for a second. Because the way it is on my camera. But anyway, so I used everything. It was a kit that was given to us. So all of the floss, there was some hand-dyed, some DMC, but I used everything that was given to us. 36 count, this is 1/2. And I really like it. I was surprised because, like I said, this is not normally something I would choose on my own. So, there you go. Bluebirds of Happiness, JVW Designs, all done. The end is really curly because of where I rolled it to stitch. I can't get it to, like, stay down. So this one will definitely have to get a little ironing. And then I do have, if I can find it, so this is how the threads came on a little card. But if I can find it, I actually have a coupon for framing that came with this kit for Stitch Away people only for L&M Framing, which is the framing company that a whole bunch of people in Ohio and the surrounding areas use. So that was my second finish. All right, on to the, well, let me show you the start real quick. So this is the like cover photo for the 4 Elements Stitch Along from Satsuma Street. The first part released yesterday, so here is what the release looks like for the first part. Now I grabbed out of my, I didn't want to do it, the 2 recommended fabrics were khaki, like a khaki colored, I can't remember what company she said it was from, and then, or black. I didn't really want to do it on khaki, but I didn't have any black, and I wanted to do this from stash because I have a boatload of DMC, even though the called for is Cosmo. She gave a DMC conversion, so she's gonna use DMC. But I didn't have any black fabric, and I didn't, excuse me, I didn't want to buy any. So I was going through my fabrics, digging, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to use. I kind of wanted to use a color, but then she, you know, Satsuma Street, if you've ever stitched it, uses a lot of colors. So doing it on a colored fabric can be kind of tricky. So I found, I don't know if you guys, if you've been here for a while, you probably remember when I dyed some fabric using Rit dye, just to try it out. Well, I had a gray one. It was originally a 32 count white Lugana, and I Rit dyed it with gray. I'm not sure what color gray, I don't remember, but I decided to use that. And so far, since it's just the water one that's been released, it looks good. The white shows up, so I'm excited. So here is what it looks like right now. I did that at work yesterday. But it is going to be my work project, so I left it at work, so I don't have it to show you. Next week is my last week of work, so I'm working Monday through Friday. And funny, I learned as I was leaving last night, my boss is going to be off Monday and Tuesday. So, I'm not going to have anything to do but stitch. So plan on seeing a lot of progress on this in the next video. Okay. How about we do some whips? So I worked on Tea by Nora Corbett. Just love this one with like every ounce of my being. So this is on a no-name 32 count Be Stitch Me fabric. And here's where it was before. I'm gonna have to fold this a little differently now because I have more done. All right, and there's where it is now. So the table is done, the tea set is done, and an arm. So let me get you up a little closer there. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yes, so table is done. I think it was done last time, and I just started the tea set. So there is still a little bit of back stitch for the tea set, but I won't do that until the end. It's for the handle of the pot. So, and then I got her arm. Hopefully you can see that. I am just doing their skin 2/2. Nothing fancy. But, so her arm is done. And actually you can see the shadow of her other arm behind. Like the darker brown right there. And I'm moving into her dress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to do her head. And then I'll start working down her dress. So I want to get this done. Because I'm already using all these colors right here anyway. So I might as well get her face and her hair done. and then I can start working down her dress. That's my goal, but I love this. I mean, it's just so pretty. So pretty. All right. That one I did not take to work. That one I'm still putting in either a Q-snap or a Nerge, whatever's close that I happen to grab. Then the next one, this was actually Whip-Go. Let's see, Whip-Go for this month was the Reindeer, which I finished. It was only supposed to be 1,000 stitches, and I finished it. And then this was the second one. So this is Halloween and CrossStitch from, oh geez. Let me find the cover here because I have like, there we go. One part of the chart was on the outside of the whole thing. There we go. Halloween and CrossStitch. Cuore Batticuore. It's a beast. This is my oldest whip. Yeah. I want to say I started this one in 2020. Like maybe in March 2020. On fabric that I dislike. Now, I did at the time I didn't know. I hadn't tried a whole lot. So yeah. But that's okay. I'm plugging along because I have so much of it done that I refuse to like give up on it. Okay, so here is where it was before. I have to move back for this one. And there's where it is now. So I got a ton done. All right, so I'll fold it up. So I got the entire top shelf done. And then I have the entire stand done for that. So I figure what I'll do is I'll do all of the like X's and the pumpkin, and then I will fill in the white after. It'll be a lot of stitching. So met my goal for this one. I want to say my goal was either 1,000 or 2,000 stitches, and I definitely met it. So I mean, I love the way it looks. I just don't like this fabric because it's very thick. It's, I put it on the screen last time because I couldn't remember. For the life of me, I could not remember what the fabric was. So I had to put it on the screen. But it's a 28 count, 2/2, DMC. I think that's what she calls her in her charts, is DMC. All right, next up is, let me tighten this back up a little bit. I was working on it last night while my husband were watching the NCIS. So this is Sea Turtle Mama from Heaven and Earth Designs. The artist is Sheena Pike. This is a freebie, or at least last I knew it was a freebie on their website. So if you love it, you want to try full coverage, go for it. It's awesome. Beautiful colors. So here's where I was last time, working on the flowers. And there we go. And there's where I am now. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty. Look at those flowers. Now I know it's kind of hard to see on this. This is another unnamed fabric from Stitch Me. It's 28 count. So I am doing 1/1 on 28 count. But this, I don't know if you can see it. All this really super light stitching right here. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see it there. That's almost the same color as the fabric. That was rough stitching, I will tell you. It's going to look amazing once it's done because it kind of like all fades out into the fabric. But woo, Nelly. And so I had stopped at one point right over here. So there's some of that color right in this flower. So when I work on this again, I'll fill in this part and then I'll do some more of the, this is where the baby turtle is, right there. Yay. So I believe there's another flower right here. But I'm not sure if I'm going to go with that flower next or if I'm going to move into baby turtle. Let's see. But anyway, I just love it. I love it. The colors are just amazing. I just love it. Okay. So then I worked on Mini Autumn Cat Magic, because that one, the goal is to finish it this year, which is not going to be an issue. I have less than 9,000 stitches to go now. And as you'll see in a second, there's some block stitching. So this is not going to take, this is going to be it's not a confetti finish. Let's put it that way. It's not confetti. So here's where it was last time. I almost feel like I should put something behind everything because the light behind me. And there it is now. I don't know what my dogs are doing. Barking, apparently. So yes, I got the majority of the cat is done. I have a tiny little bit there and there to finish. A bunch more on the leaves and this huge swath of black. So what I did is I would like pull off, you know, the appropriate length that I like to stitch with for 25 count, 1/1. I would do all 6 strands in that length, and then I would move on to a different color to kind of give me a break from all the black. So that's what I've been working on with that. I don't know why the dogs were barking. Most likely my neighbor Scott is going fishing. Actually, I wonder if it's a good day for fishing. It's like, it's a little sunny, but it's like 50 degrees out today. We got some rain last night. My flowers probably love it. I've been doing a lot of planting of perennials and 2 annual baskets so far. I have more to do, but okay. And then the last whip, this is Mini Home for the Winter. And I really wish I had something that was not quite so patterned as my pattern. Mini Home for the Winter. Oh, I forgot. Melissa Dawn is the artist on Mini Autumn Cat Magic from Heaven and Earth Designs. And then Lucy Pittaway is the artist of Mini Home for the Winter. Here's where it was last time. Also from Heaven and Earth Designs, except now you cannot get it. It is retired because she is no longer licensed through Heaven and Earth Designs. She's licensed through Buffy Threads. So, here's where it is now. Hopefully that will help a little bit. There. So, I was working on my diagonals, and I know it's hard to tell, but there is a ton of white done in there. Can you see that? Behind the tree and over to this side of the tree. So doing my diagonals brought me to the fence. So I would just finish off the thread, which meant in the trunk of the tree were also some of the colors of the first bird. Very excited. But I am sticking to my diagonals. There's just a little bit that will, like, if I need to finish a thread, you know. Ooh, I'm not like pulling extra and working on it. So I'm still sticking with my diagonals, but pretty excited. The next diagonal has more bird. So I just love this. It looks so good. It looks so good. Ready to do that first fat red bellied bird. I don't know if it's supposed to be a robin. If it is, it's 2 male robins facing each other. Okay, so that's it for whips. Hold on a second and I will grab what I sewed. Okay, so I've had these sitting done except for the binding, which is what holds everything together. So there are project bags. So the only thing I needed to do was the binding. Everything else was all sewn. This is fabric that I got either not last winter, the winter before. And it's like hot cocoa. It's so cute. It's like the perfect little Christmas bag. So I finished that one, and then I just love this. Looks fairly plain from the front, but look at these cats. They're just the best. So I had another one. This one has a different, I used a red zipper, red inside. Same cats though. And then this one is a smaller Halloween bag. So these, I mean, everything was done except the binding. That's all I had to do. So I sat down last weekend and I bound these bags. Of course, none of which are seasonally appropriate right now, but that's okay. Okay, as far as things that I got in the mail, I did the reservation pre-order for Lella Boutique's new Christmas Eve fabric. I am ridiculously excited about this. So I got 2 layer cakes because that's basically perfect for a big quilt. And then I got 2 Jolly Bars. So the pattern with the Jolly Bar is the Wonderful Time quilt, and I might make this. So I believe if you want that size, the 60.5 by 60.5, you need 2 Jolly Bars for it, which is fine because I love the fabric. I pretty much anything Lella Boutique Christmas is my jam. I got my Color and Cotton. These are May threads of the month. There we go. I have quite the Color and Cotton stash of threads since I get 10 every month. All right, and this one, I apologize for those wearing earbuds. This is the fabric of the month for May. This is Ledger. This is a 32 count Joblin. Wait, is this? No, this was from a fight night, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Anyway. Fabulous color. Fabulous. Because my fabric of the month, I switched out to 36 count linen. So I think I got this from a fight night. So yes. Beautiful. It looks like the sky. So pretty. Okay, and then, so this is hilarious. I watch Sherry and Chelsea. So Sherry McConnell she got a blog. It's the A Quilting Life blog. They have a podcast, which is also on YouTube. And her daughter Chelsea also designs, and they make their fabric collections together. So their fabric collections are Sherry and Chelsea. So I had happened to be watching one, and they were giving away 3 of the Bliss Quilt Kits from Fat Quarter Shop. And I freaking won. So this doesn't show the actual blocks, but it shows what the quilt will look like without those blocks. So this is the Bliss Quilt Kit, and it's from 2022, but I think they still had some on the website. So Fig Tree designed it, and it is Fig Tree Fabrics. So I'm torn because this isn't really my thing. So I might give away, I have to decide still. So this isn't a giveaway yet, but I might give away all the patterns for this. And then it came with triangles on a roll, which I may give away with this just to make it easier for people. But it came with the all of the fabric. So all the fabric to make all the blocks, the binding, and the backing. all here. I love it. Look how bright it is. So what I was thinking is, for starters, I need to figure out exactly how much fabric is in here. And then find a quilt pattern that I want to do. So what I thought was, because I signed up for the Pieced Sisters quilt retreat that is going to be in Shipshewana here in Indiana in July. I think there's still one spot left. I'm not for sure, but it was, so the person putting it on is Jenny. I met her at Stitchaway, and so Janet Jabber is going, and then her sister Annette is going. So I'm super excited because it'll be like a little Stitchaway reunion for us. So I'm doing that in July. So what I thought was, if I can find a pattern that the fabrics that I have will work for the pattern requirements of whatever, I have a ton of patterns, then I will probably make this my start at the quilting retreat, I think. So, and then I haven't decided whether this one, let me find the, if this one I'm going to finish like now, or if I'm going to finish it at the retreat, because I have all the blocks done for this. You guys will remember if you've been here before, these are the blocks. I actually laid them all out because there's 8 across for each row. So I laid them all out. I have all my stashing pieces cut. I literally just need to take this one, put a stashing piece on, connect the next one. Put a stashing piece on, connect the next one. So this would be like one of those perfect to sit and chat and sew. So I'm considering taking that to the quilt retreat instead of sewing it here before the retreat. I think I'm leaning more that way right now. So, yeah, I'm very excited. Now, one thing that's a bummer, I'm not canceling StitchCon. No worries about that. Still going to Weekend B. I'm a little bummed because Elizabeth Frizzy Lizzy Stitches is not going to be at B anymore. She's going to be at A. I loved hanging out with her. She's so much fun to chat with. So I guess I'll just have a different table again this year. I don't know. We'll see. Someone will accept me to their table. But I did cancel Stitchaway 2024. Part of the reason is because they made it bigger this year. Keepsakes just made it much larger. So now not everyone is going to be in the same stitching room. There's going to be like 2 different stitching areas. And there's not enough rooms for everyone. So I couldn't get a room unless I wanted to rent out one of the cabins. It's a 2-bedroom cabin. But I just am not super comfortable, like, sharing a room with people I don't know. And it's not, I might know them online. It's not that. It's just, I'm just much more comfortable in my own space. So that's the reason why I have my own room for StitchCon too. I'm willing to pay the money to have my own room. And that kind of turned me off a little bit for Stitchaway. So I did cancel. And at the same time, my husband turns 50 this year on New Year's Eve, which is like a week and a half before Stitchaway. Like, we're planning on going somewhere. It's kind of crappy of me to be like, oh yeah, cool, we'll celebrate your birthday, and then I'm going to take off for a couple of days. Bye. So, yeah. I don't know where we're going yet, though. He's still in the deciding phase. He needs to hurry up, though, so we can get something booked, because his birthday's on New Year's Eve. So, all right, that did not feel good when I just did that little head. I don't know what is going on. That's how you know you're getting old. It just sucks. So anyway, I'm going to check in with my husband, see how, yeah, their game just started. So see how the youngest is doing. Go check on my oldest. He's up there reading a book. and get some stitching done, because I don't think sewing is going to happen today with the way my back feels. Next video, I will show you knitting, because I've been knitting at all practices and games, and I've gotten quite a bit more of my sweater done, so yay. So anyway, that is it for Flosstube 110. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend or week, depending on when you're watching this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!